from M&T Bank Stadium.
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Now Tua Tagovailoa gets set to lead this Dolphins offense for the first time.
And he said he was feeling good in the lead up to the season, and he proved it in a big way in Week 1 with 4 touchdown passes. Had the offense moving at peak efficiency right at the start of the year. Awfully impressive.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Patrick Queen got in there to stick him. He gets the sack. Well, if they have any thoughts of coming in here and getting this road victory, that's not the way to start it out on the first play of the game.
Yeah, one thing you always say when you go on the road, take the crowd out of the game. They actually brought the crowd into it by permitting that sack right out of the gate.
Gotta hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early 2nd and long. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
Apparently this defense has come to play. A sack and a run stuff behind the line on the first 2 plays.
I think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Again, it's Elliott. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. That'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
The Baltimore's offense making its way out for the first time. And leading them, their quarterback, a guy who is just so electric under center in his 5th season now, Lamar Jackson.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. To throw is Jackson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Now it's Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
It's big Trey Flowers getting in there that time for the sack.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. So Miami coming out for their second drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Throwing now is Tagovailoa.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, this defense for the Ravens, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape, because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Justin Madubuike working his way to the quarterback that time.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a 2nd one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit.
And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead.
So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And they were in field goal range last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now. Here's Jackson to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
The Ravens are 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Now this one complete on the slant route.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. On the option right is Jackson.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, if you've got the defense laying back, maybe that option works. But if you're coming hard on 3rd down,
it doesn't work because you force the hand of the quarterback and the runner too quickly, and most of the time, unsuccessfully.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 48. Tucker's kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. On play action, here's Tua.
A dump off to Elliott. So no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now Tua.
This one complete to Jalen Waddle.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9. Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Marcus Williams.
And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Ravens offense back out there. Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
And he's got it. And he's brought down. Throwing is Jackson. Flushed out right. And he's going to go down. This will count as a sack, a very short sack, taken down at the 2.
Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
tight one after one on EA Sports. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his second touchdown on the season, and the Ravens have taken the lead. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number one.
It should be number one, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep it back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-3. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Week 2 underway around the NFL, and a reminder that later tonight it'll be Chicago and Green Bay in the Packers home opener, the 101st season of that great rivalry. They had the 100th anniversary last year. And then tomorrow night a treat, a Monday night doubleheader, Tennessee and Buffalo, 7:15 Eastern, and then Minnesota and Philly kicking off a little over an hour later. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Inside give to Elliott. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Tua. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the pistol, here's Elliott. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
2nd and 5 now. Tua. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. The Dolphins on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Tua sets up to pass it. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Running with Elliott. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. Ezekiel Elliott not able to get it past the marker. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. A man who missed all of 2021, this is J.K. Dobbins. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Now Dobbins again on second down. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Jackson now. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Jackson going to run again. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You know, when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 26. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
Zero surprise to see Mark Andrews receive a pass and pick up a first down right there. Not only is he one of the best tight ends in the league, he's one of the best overall players in the entire NFL. Set Baltimore Ravens franchise records last season for catches and yards in a single year.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Down right around the 25. On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see it where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now Jackson going to run. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's second down. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. 4 yards to go on second down from the 7. Now it's Jackson. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Andrews. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. Now Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing third down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
So another third down conversion, and now they've got a first and goal. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he is going to lose yardage here. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
No question, he's so dangerous down here near the goal line. The safeties, they have to be involved in run support against a quarterback like this. And in turn, they're going to ask their teammates to be involved as well.
Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Second down and goal. Jackson. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Rashad Bateman, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, this offensive unit, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what...
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is now 17-3. So that, amazingly, a 17-play drive. And it's Rashad Bateman who finished it all off with a touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Tua to try again on second down. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's fourth down. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
Here's Jackson. He'll buy some time, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt.
Back deep is Tyreek Hill. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
And the Dolphins with one final possession here in this first half.
And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So we have come to halftime and what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We begin up in the Steel City. For years, this was Brady and Roethlisberger. No longer, but it's still New England and Pittsburgh. And it's the Patriots with the lead in that one. 3 touchdown passes there for Mac Jones. Next, we'll head over to check on the Giants at home at MetLife Stadium. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Carolina Panthers. Adam Thielen, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville. See what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Travis Etienne with a touchdown run. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half.
No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25.
So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They were winners over the Jets a week ago, and they are in the driver's seat right now as well. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And they'll begin by running the option.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Here's a give to Dobbins running right.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Jackson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Christian Wilkins showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short, able to pick up a dozen yards, but they needed more. 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. The Ravens send their punter out now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Tua going to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Lewis. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
I liked his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Looking to pass. Tua. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Trying to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Another run here with Dobbins. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 44 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Well, this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And Brad, Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Again, Jackson will keep it.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Bradley Chubb came in and got him.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against him throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. And the Dolphins beef up the secondary here as they look to stop him on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jackson. That is caught at the 7.
And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Jackson's going to keep it.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year.
And the Ravens have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. So the lanes continue to be there for Lamar Jackson to run that football. That his 2nd touchdown run of the game.
You know what I would like? I'd like for us to be able to go into a defense's room after playing Lamar Jackson and watch the tape and see how much of a lane was really there and how much he created just through his talent. In any event, Lamar Jackson finds the end zone, doesn't he?
He always seems to, but that's a good point. We sometimes put blame on the defense, but maybe we just need to praise Lamar Jackson a little bit more.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Miami set to take over. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line.
41 yards rushing for him now to this point.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. He is going to find Hill here.
And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As you know, so many things in the passing game are based on yardage. Sometimes it's just based on timing, and that's what we saw right there on that play. 3rd and 3, just get the ball right to the receiver.
It was the hitch route. And tell us, what is the hitch route?
Yeah, just take really one step, like you're driving off the line of scrimmage, get the defensive back on his heels, get the ball out to the receiver, and he does the rest.
A first down carry by Elliott. They juked him. He'll get this up to about the 44. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They go to Elliott again. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Elliott saw the fewest carries of his career in 2021, but that didn't stop him from still going across 1,000 yards for the 4th time and finishing top 10 in the league in both yards and touchdowns. Another productive season from one of the league's best backs.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2nd down and 8. A run with Mostert up the middle. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. A give to Elliott. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Anderson. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. Tua setting up shop to throw again. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept it.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And this is up and good. That'll make it a score now of 24-10. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So already already not the best at kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A first down there on a pickup of 25. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they called Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
Now a handoff for Dobbins. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you. Keep it to short gains.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Looking to throw. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on here to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
On first down, Tagovailoa. Dancing to his left. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And he'll go out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and just a couple. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
2 and now on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. 2 and a throw again. This is Anderson over the middle. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Now, yes, a two-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a two-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They're going to look to throw. He's got Lewis. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun.
Open man is Waddle, complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Tua's throw is taken in by Waddle. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Tua.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Brandon Stevens.
20. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
So a 4th quarter pick 6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner, and I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick 6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he's got it complete to Anderson.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. They'll look to throw here.
It completes it once more to Anderson. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Completes it to the tight end, Smythe.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tua over the middle, complete. That's Elliott.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down, and the Ravens are going to get the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at about the 32.
He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to...
And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard, but more importantly, it leads to 4th down.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
The Ravens send their punter out now. He's been terrific so far. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Out of the gun on 3rd down. Here's Tua. Complete. This is Lewis. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Tua now on 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. On 2nd and 10, Tua. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game. And again, it's Tagovailoa. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on to kick it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because
You look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, that's to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Baltimore, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they'll fall to 1-1. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills. And for Charles Davis and our